This is the helmet that I'm making for the gentleman in the UK. So on the left is the 3D model. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Pepakura, but basically you have a 3D model and it divides it up into vectors across the face, and then you can get those vectors over here on the flat. That if you cut them out on a flat pattern, they will be basically the 3D object steamrolled out. So this is for Logan. Logan in the UK. It's spread out over a lot of piece of paper there. It doesn't need to be spread over so many bits of paper, but I was initially working on getting the pattern foam friendly. So when you click on each piece over here on the right hand side of the screen, well, the left hand side of the screen, hello, what's going on here? Something's, right, I don't have my select tool on. There we go. That piece is now reflective over here on the model. So that pink bit is what is highlighted over here. When I click on that piece there, all of that pink bit is contained in that one piece that's highlighted. That piece there is the skull cap. And I really should split that. Just looking at the angle here on the top of the helmet, I should split the back of that off to allow me to do that. So let's do that. Let's play with Pepakura pattern. There you go. So now that's a separate piece, which will make it easier doing that very sharp angle that the two pieces meet on at the back of the ridge. Yes. Okay. So now let's look at making this a little more paper friendly. As in how many sheets of paper I really need to lay this thing out on. This is Pep Designer, yes. Sancho would make this from leather and Beardy made it from resin. Yeah, I'm a foam builder, so that's what I'm using. I don't think I can make 50 swords work. Yes, no, well, if you're mass producing in a factory and you're, you know, just pumping them out, like I said, the more product you make, the lower the profit margin per item needs to be to sustain you. Okay, let's get back to that screen so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. I think it will. Lovely. Okay. The height of the page. I think with a little bit, it will fit on one A4 sheet at least height-wise. It will. Goody. Well, that's interesting. Seems to be twisted. It is. I don't have it. So, let's square it up a bit. Just like that, eh? Yep, giddy. Right, now I'm happy that that will fit on a A4 sheet. Let's tuck that one up. Yeah, it's not going to tuck up there. Fine. I'm purposely moving this over so that the cut between the two A4 sheets, you can see the perforations around there, is on an easy to stick back together plate area. Okay. Okay. Probably could have twisted that to get it out of the way, but it don't matter. So that's going to give me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 sheets of paper to print out the pattern. Perfect thickness, just go in and delete the ridges because cardboard thickness creates them like foam. Yeah. Yes, I am going to cut the horn in those separate pieces like that. I want the two curvatures to come together for me. Sorry. Yeah. I want it to curve in both directions. There's that very distinct curve out of the helmet around to the front, but it also has a roll in it as well. Right, let's get to printing it, shall we? Interesting, your first exposure to creative working with PEP as well as foam versus paper. Cool. Well, hopefully we all learned something constructive tonight. Otherwise I'm screwed. A 2D printer, so hip of me. Yeah, I know. Hey. All you fancy pantsers with your 3D printers. And I'm still living back here in the 2D printer thingy. Now it's bitching about me being low on toner. We'll be fine. Okay. File. Tick, 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 boom. Print. 14 pages. Go. Wait, what? Cancel. Cancel. Don't you freaking dare. I said cancel, you pain in the ass. Oh, are you kidding? The pattern's still set to freaking American paper size. Which changes everything again. God dang it. Pepacura defaults to Americanized paper sizes, so yes. As for 3D, if you look into one, you don't have to buy new. If you buy it used, you can be a resource for fix, repair and upgrade. Noel, you know I'm in Perth, Western Australia, don't you? But yeah, at the moment, I have no need of a 3D printer. And for those of you joining us later, I have a friend who 3D prints things. Isn't it pretty? And has quite a significantly sized 3D printer than that is one piece. It's the best paper size. You know paper sizes and it's the best? Yeah. Now you know that I work for the police department. Prior to that, a long time ago, I was a printer. Okay? A4 is the only size of paper in the world. Everything else is a bastardization thereof. Yeah, redneck, that's pretty. That's gonna be real pretty when I finish with it. Okay. So like I said, now the problem is I've had to change the paper to A4 size, and as you can see, nothing sits on the lines no more. So it's a matter of working out or doing some more layout thinking. Now A4 means I do have more room on the page. Okay. That's better. Take two. Take MT5 to Staples and make them printed on poster size, weight 110. My printer won't even print on 1100. Hangs up every time. I can imagine it. G'day TNT, how are you, buddy? You filled the helmet with monster clay once. That would have been a pain in the ass. Yes, I can imagine it would have been. And not to mention damn sight heavy to tote around the place. Yeah, I get it, printer. You're low on toner. Well, yeah, come payday, I'll fix it. Big Chicky was mentioning that you found the company in Australia that has smooth on... Wait. Was mentioning that you found the company in Australia that has smooth on both sides. We would like to refer people to them if you like their foam and their customer service. Yeah, no worries, TNT. I haven't brought any from them yet. They're about 45 minutes up the road from me. So I'm planning on stopping by there quite possibly tomorrow. And basically they have the ability to cut foam off of large blocks. Now, while you're stateside, aren't you? So you guys use designations like L200, L400, L600. Apparently over here, and in the UK, yeah, I might be wrong, they have kilo per square meter as their density representation. And these guys have these large blocks 2 meters long by 1 meter wide, and they will cut slices off of it for you at whatever thickness you ask for. So if I want a 5mm sheet and a 10mm sheet, they'll just cut them, peel them off like slicing bread basically. So obviously it ends up being smooth on both sides. I had a visitor here a couple of days ago that got a 5 and 10mm sheet off of them. I liked it. It was 75 kilos per square meter. So I'm not sure if there is a conversion thingy that you're aware of that you can represent that as a L200, L600, L whatever. I'm just flicking through to make sure that the toner did not run out before we got to the end. I could have just gone to the last page and checked, I suppose. They're a supplier here in Western Australia. If they're part of a network, I'll find out for you. Because the vast majority of people are asking for foam supplies here in Australia will be in the eastern states. And I'm as far away from the eastern states as you could possibly goddamn get to still stay in the same country. Okay, so it looks like that managed to print cleanly all the way through. So of course, I'm now going to stick the big bits together and then I'm going to cut them all out. Then I'm going to lay that down on my foam and start chopping out patterns. So while you're there, TNT, does that kilo per square meter thing make sense to you? Because you're the person in the know. You're the one I would refer to. And if it does make sense, what advice Ah, okay, so there you go. Yes, that's your density representation for you guys anyway. You don't use that scale, you use... So the foam that you use is 38 kilos per cubic meter. Now, is that your recommendation when I go in there? Should I ask for 38 kilos, or was that just an example that you pulled off the top of your head? And if it was just an example, what would you recommend the correct density that I ask for? Because I've been using foam floor mats up until now. I haven't gone out of my way to buy specific foam. But he did make it sound a damn sight more affordable than foam mats, and it got rid of that whole grinding texture away thing. Tara, this just in. Adam Rickman from Man vs. Food just did a Hot Ones interview on YouTube and said the Tim Tam Slam was the best way to drink hot beverages. He'd know, apparently. 50 is a really dense foam. I don't know that you would go that dense. So 38 is the standard stuff. Sweet. I shall make some inquiries to a 38 kilo per cubic meter density based on your most gratefully received advice. Okay, and we'll see what we can make out of that, eh? Curse those biscuits. Do not curse the Tim Tam. Do not take the name of Tim Tam in vain. They are delicious. You found them at Target and you had to buy some. And what did you think and what flavour did you get? May have some difficulty heat forming a 50 and it will definitely eat up your blades. Well, in that case, let's stay away from that. So what would floor mats be? Hush my mouth. Oh, look at that. You're reading my head. Floor mats are in the high 20s. Sweet. You get the normal flavour and the mint, and they were almost gone in the same day. Well, it's not unusual for me to eat an entire packet during a stream. I am liking the mango flavoured ones myself. That's my personal favourite. However, quite enjoying the Black Forest at the moment. I do like sweet stuff over tart stuff. Although on the subject of tarts, there's this really cute girl who... No. Okay. So, Joe, but they are not really that many Tim Tams in a pack. No, there's only 11. There is at 13. There's not enough. That's the point. They're just as bad as Thin Mints. Need to invent Tim Tam cereal. Oh, you mean nasty person, but yes, they do. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Black Forest Tim Tam. Look at that. Look at that lovely textured surface. That beautiful, smooth, silky chocolate colour. The slightly offset stacking, hinting with that slight bulge in the middle at the flavour contained therein. It is perfection. And you can go piss off your pommy git calling it a bloody penguin. Just because it's shaped like a penguin and talks like a penguin and smells like a penguin, it's not a penguin. This is the Black Forest. Look at that. See the lovely cream, but right there in the middle, the shiny Black Forest jam filling that tastes like Now, where's my roll of sticky tape? No, nothing that I've seen from you guys chatting about what you're finding overseas indicates that you can get that flavour, or the mango flavour, or the white chocolate and pistachio flavour. And they aren't my sponsor? Well, because I've been on the lowdown. I don't think they're aware of how much I'm driving up Tim Tam sales worldwide for them. Heck, even when you go to the Arnott's page and look at the flavours of Tim Tams that they have listed, they don't list half the flavours I can find. Can you imagine how much weight I would stack on if I was actually sponsored by Tim Tam? God damn. Well, by Arnott's. Tim Tam's a product, yeah. Now, TNT, on the subject of the foam, there's those guys who are cutting foam just north of me, but then the company who are talking about sponsoring me, or not talking about sponsoring me, the company that is sponsoring me, because this conversation about sponsorships has just brought that to mind. They sent me over a couple of sheets of thermoplastic weeks ago, and I do have a project in mind where I'm going to utilise that and take a stab at using thermoplastic in one of my builds. They are also looking at getting foam from their parent company. There's some sort of a hiccup with the negotiations or whatever. Won't be stuck with one lousy flavour. Besides, I wouldn't be much of an Aussie if I got sponsorship from a British Bicky company, now would I? Asking me to walk away from my flag and country for a biscuit? Hey, there's an idea. Maybe just a link that people could order them and they could reward me based on the number of sales using the link. Kind of like the Amazon affiliate link thingy. Penguins are superior. Yes. Yes, penguins are superior. Emperor penguins. Chin strap penguins. Happy feet freaking dancing penguins, all superior. However, the Bicky? No, no, my dear, misguided summer child. I think not. Happy feet! Apparently at the time, the most illegally downloaded, ripped off movie, like, ever. Also, if you throw them at people, they explode and always say, dude! Okay, well there's a fun fact I didn't know before. It's probably because I've really avoided throwing penguins at people up until now. But based on that, it sounds like a fun activity. I may need to take it up. For those of you listening who are members of PETA, I apologise, and that was obviously a joke. Ah, it's a thing from a game. Okay, cool. See, when it comes to games, unfortunately, I am an uncultured heathen. If it's not one of the games I've played, I'm normally not very aware of it. And God, don't even talk to me about anime. I have nothing in here when it comes to anime. It's Sailor Moon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dragon Ball Z. It's kind of the same thing as me saying I speak Japanese. Nissan, Yamaha, origami. Yeah, it's on that level. No, Dragon Ball Super. Well, I do have amongst my collection. He is really, really heavy. One of the first Pokemon Speed Racer. Yeah, there you go. One of the first conventions. I need him with blue hair. Why is that? This is the guy with the funny earrings. Apparently, this guy is result of one of them, a meld. His name's not on him. I thought his name was on him. Anyway, one of the cosplay competitions I won a couple of years ago gave me $150 worth of Madman vouchers. Blue hair makes him a god. Okay. And Vegeto, So yes, with the Madman vouchers, I bought this fellow because I liked the look of it. I also got now Frieza. I think his name is Frieza, isn't it? Yeah. Needs a bit of a dust. So yep. So I got Vegeto, Frieza, and one other item. Again, because of not knowing the subject matter, just liking the look of them. I think this guy's name was Zorro, which I thought was a total rip-off. Zero. But yeah, I did like the style of those. So the only Zolo, there we go. I've been mispronouncing it all this time. I quite enjoyed the look of them, and the rest of the prizes that I could see available to me were all anime DVDs. So I chose figurines to complement my collection that visually appealed to me. So for those purists amongst my friends there, I apologise, okay? When you're standing on it, you're not standing on the floor properly. Right. Ah, there he is with blue hair. Okay, lovely. I wouldn't dare colour his hair blue and deface the figure. $104. Oh, he's a purist, always in the Japanese. Of course. I mean, pish that you even had to ask. Cowboy Bebop. Now that's a name I do know. I've heard that mentioned before. Hi there, lady. How you doing? How the bloody hell are ya? Good to see you've been practicing your strangling. You had a hard time with Goku Gohan's voice in Japanese at first, but you got used to it after a bit. Is that because of the inflection, or you just didn't kind of... the voice didn't match the character in your mind? I find that occasionally when they do movie adaptations of comics or books that I've read for ages, and then you listen to the character as they represent it on TV and stuff, and you go, are you fucking kidding? Their voice actor in Japanese is an 80-year-old woman, so does it pull you out of the character? But yeah, damn. So if you've heard the English one and then the Japanese one, the contrast is, can imagine. Okay. Oops, sorry. Oh man, I've got the bastardization of an Aussie English mix up now. Damn it! Who's this? Karuma Smash. What am I working on? I've just moved on to my next commission. I really should have changed the what do you call it? The description on the video now that I've changed the content. I finished working on the McLeod axe, and now I'm piecing up the Pepakura patterns to start working on an ancient Nord helmet for a client. So that's what we're working on at the moment. I probably won't get too much further through than doing the pattern tonight. Unfortunately, it's already 1:15. There are females in the English dubs that do male and males who do female. Yeah, it's not uncommon. I mean, isn't Bart Simpson actually voiced by a woman? So yeah, it's not uncommon for voice actors to be able to carry off other voices. What's that? She's not bad by any means. She's a very good voice actor. It's just totally different to what you're... Yeah. So there we go. There's the skull cap. Just thinking exactly the same thing about Bart. Yeah, there you go. Your ex-girlfriend hated the fact that a woman voiced Goku in Japanese. Well, I'd say your ex-girlfriend needs to harden the hell up. She's also been doing the voice since the 80s? Yeah. So I think I'll separate this piece off now that I've glued all the composite bits together. Well, there must have been some redeeming features to her crims for her to have not been your ex for a little while there. Are you fucking kidding? Come on. She was cute. Okay, there we go. See? Redeeming feature. And into anime. 2 redeeming features. See? There we go. Ruler back underneath there, out of the way for a moment. Okay, that was random. I want chocolate milk. I don't know why that kind of popped into his head there. Whoops, it is it. I was looking at your Instagram page and you saw that. So that's what triggered the lusting after chocolate milk, was it? Yeah, sometimes you have to wonder how people's synapses work, the way they bounce from one bit to the t'other. Love how Kratos is asking, you know, what kind of Tim Tams are they? Instant grandma. Okay, so I've glued all the component pieces together, so let's now... Purple bag Tim Tams. That really doesn't narrow it down at all, mate. I'm not sure purple bag is actually a flavour as such. Dark choc, yep, that makes sense. Milk chocolate Tim Tams. Epicura patterns, yay! Purple bag for normal Tim Tams. Nobody eats normal Tim Tams. They are all glorious gifts from the god Tim Tams. You'll be back shortly. Please stand by. God, I was a Tim Tam now. Oh, I wish I was a Tim Tam with chocolate in my hair. You want a Tim Tam now? Go get some. Even my local service station sells Tim Tams. Found them at Target and Kroger. All that will do, I'd eat your arms off first. Okay. So, a little dramatic just to get to Tim Tam. There's nothing wrong with the grey in my hair, bitch. makes me look distinctive and stuff. Shots fired, I reckon. Besides, in this house, they are not called grey hairs. They are referred to as wisdom highlights. Okay? So I do not have grey hair. I have wisdom highlights. Friends, reflective strips, well, there is that too, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to do the dock. Always wanted to do the dock. There's a couple of options. There's the classic Doc Strange costume. Now there's the Crumble Snatch movie version. There's the black version. No, not an African American Doctor Strange, a black silky kind of tight fitting costume, which I kind of liked for a while there. Jocket is here. G'day, Jocket. Yeah, that's the way I'm going to pronounce that, which may or may not be wrong. How you doing? I really should change the description on the feed, shouldn't I? Let's do that. Edit. SKYRIM colon. Fancy. Ding. Joket. Your sewing machine just came in and you made your first seam. Well done. There we go. You are advancing in the use of the reciprocating fabric joining machine. Joket. I shall remember this. So there are news peeps who are joining us tonight, who are following, etc. You'll see down across the bottom of the screen social media links. My Facebook page is there, my Instagram page is there, and my YouTube channel is there. I live a lot on the Facebook, so if you want to keep in touch on a regular basis, you can see me there. There's normally a freaking swag of progress photos slapped up on the Instagram, and all of the Twitch streams end up being archived across to the YouTube channel eventually. Do I want to see your seam? Absolutely. Work in progress is always appreciated. Please show your seam to us, my friend. You think I should do a Doc Orpheus cosplay? A Dr. Orpheus. Venture Brothers, is that where he's from, is it? Oh, look out, something's happening over there on the page. Shit, got real. What's going on? Dr. Orpheus is the best version of Doctor Strange. Well, he does look like a Doctor Strange variation. I'll have to check out the video link that came up later on and watch a bit. Oh, that's what that was. Joquette followed. Thank you very much, Joquette. Now, I have 2 follow notifications so I don't miss shit like that, and I still did. It's a sleeve for the Beep Beep Sheep. I can see your armpit. I can also tell from that photo that you are a subscriber to a loot crate type thing called the Block. Beep beep, I'm a sheep. Oh, yes, yes, I know that. You're going to run around the con singing the song, are you? That's really going to piss people off. I love it. You forgot to shoot the background. Why? Why crop the background out? That's part of who you are, dude. I just showed half of my collection of bloody well anime figurines when I don't. Bronze Dragon donated $5. Thank you very much, Bronze. Mate, that's... And you look at all the cupcakes you just plastered the fuck out of. Thank you very much, Bronze. I do appreciate that, mate. Every little bit goes towards helping keep the lights on around here. Want to see your reference for the costume? Yeah, go for it, dude. Look at Bronze giving me the love there. And now, unless I list my guess... Oh, okay. No, I didn't miss my guess. Dark's about to start swearing in my background music. God damn it. Warning, this live stream is narrated in conversational Australian English, and as such, it will contain language that may be offensive to some viewers, or inappropriate for children, or might just upset weak bastards. That may also include the background music. And once again, because I haven't done it tonight, thank you very much to Dark Energy Designs for allowing me permission to use his playlist as the background music in my streams so that YouTube doesn't try to monetize my ass. Yeah, my cup of tea's getting cold. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. We've probably got another half an hour left before I need to pull the pin. That'll take me to about 2 AM. Because like I was saying, BRB. I've got to go and watch my granddaughter run in a little sports carnival tomorrow. The workshop elf is going to go sprinting across the paddock, which she does quite regularly, but this time supposedly under some controlled direction. That's going to be fun. Bronze Dragon just subbed, everybody. Thank you very much for that, Bronze. I really do appreciate it. And that means you get moved from there to here. Oh, the love, man. Oh, the love. Where's my freaking scalpel gone? Look at that, you get to join the Wall of Fame. You get to join Fan over there, Neon Absolution, Shogun, TNT, Big Cheeky, and now Bronze Dragon. Make the last O a 0. Well, that one there, right, because it is in his name, you can see up there that it's a thin one instead of a thick one like that one there. Yep. Use the ruse wisely. Yes, you have access to the rules now. Okay, let's make you pop, shall we? There he is, Bronze Dragon, my newest subscriber. Thank you very much, Lee, for that. And the sharer of my name. Yes, he is. Thank you very much, Lee. That sits proudly just on the wall right here beside me, so I can see all my lovely friends all the time. So, Ted has his subskulls, and Tok has his great wall of embroidery, and I have my foam sheet, so I can connect more foam sheets to it as the Tim Tam fam grows. Bernards to the end, yes, indeed. While I did change my surname, I doubt very much I'll ever change my first name. So yes, if you would like to follow, bet you changed it to Tyrannus. If you'd like to follow in Bronze's fine footsteps there and join the league of people who have that little purple squared star next to their name, feel free to sub. You get a whole pile of advantages subscribing to my channel. You get me saying g'day to you every time you log in, and you get the kangaroo emote and my love. Yes, you get my love, your name on the foam sheet. That's got to be a notification. Oh, hello. It's a text notification. What's going on? Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. The client that I sent the Paul, can I just get a hug? Absolutely. Crims, give him a hug, will you? Sounds like a trap. It's always a trap. The client that I made the Graves pauldron and leg armor for has just put up a progress photo. He's been 3D printing Graves' giant gun, and he's putting it together at the moment, so he's just showing me a progress shot of how his work is coming along on that build, with the grand reveal to be done this weekend coming, so not tomorrow. but in like 8 days' time at the convention that I'll be on a cosplay panel at, he's going to reveal his Graves costume, including the bits and pieces of the armor that I made for him. What did you miss? You didn't miss much, except that Sancho would like a hug. So I said that you'd take care of that for me. So yeah, if you'd pass on the hug to Sancho, that'd be great. But keep it clean, okay? Because he's young. Karuma Smash, thank you very much for the following. I like how that smash, Hulk smash, Karuma Smash. Appreciate the follow. Don't go away, because you're about to be zombified right about here. You get 2 notifications of follow, so I don't miss them normally. You charge for bro hugs. There we go. You've been zombified, Karuma Smash. Thank you for the follow. Oh yeah, I suppose I should do the whole camera up thingy and show off Rory there in the background. That's my big piece of resistance at the moment. You watched Ren and Stimpy when it was still on TV. Dude, I'm so old. I remember watching the black and white television. I remember being the remote control. Oi, kid, get up and change the channel. I remember the test pattern coming on at like 11 o'clock at night. Boop, after the national anthem. There we go. Nordic gave you a hug. Bro hug. There we go. Beautiful. So yes, for those of you who are now following along, as I mentioned earlier on, I spent a lot of time here on the Instagram. There, okay. Sorry, that's the Facebook. There's a lot of work in progress on the Instagram, and all the build videos for like this guy, all these Twitch streams are all available to watch there on the YouTube channel. So feel free to check it all out. Your dad said that's what he had kids for, to become the remote. Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm so old I fart dust, okay? I'm old. Shit, a break, you bastard. Oh, look at that, see? You can use the kangaroos, because you got the little purple star in front of your name. You can use the kangaroos. Use them wisely. With great power comes great responsibility. The kangaroo is powerful. Hell, he's on our coat of arms, and we eat that fucker too. What's that, Sancho? You just found the mod for Deathclaw Power Armor. Rue it up. But wisely. Rue it up wisely. Yes. Yes. With great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, I'll shut up now. You're unsubbing. Don't ruin it. Hey, it's not my fault. Crim's busted the door in an hour ago with a whole pile of bloody puns, and it's just leached through. It's making Fenn's head hurt. I should check my overall bit count, shouldn't I? I should be getting close to hitting the 100 thingy. Dashboard shows me my dashboard. What the? Okay, no. 8,438 bits. So not at the 100 yet. But it's getting there. For your wallet, yeah. It's your best feature, is it? I thought it was your eyes were your best feature, but hey, I don't know. There and there and there. Do I want to cut into the edge right? No. I don't know why, I'm starting to get Forrest Whitaker eye. Nolan cheered 100 times. Thank you very much. Watch this in the bar, in the booyah! Cupcakes flying all over the place. Thank you very much, Nolan. I do appreciate that. I noticed for some reason, remember last week the glass had changed to a tumbler for some reason. Now it's changed back again all of its own accord. What do bits do? Each bit is a 1 cent donation, basically. And then I think after you end up with $100 worth of donation, Twitch pays you out, but they take a cut as well. It's unfortunately a bit of a double dipping revenue stream because you need to buy bits from them with real money. Although apparently if you're in the US you can gain bits by watching the video commercials before people's streams. If you don't skip it, if you watch that, you generate bits, but only for US viewers. There is a workaround, I'm aware of it, but it can get your Twitch count canned. So yes, they generate some of their revenue by selling bits, which allow you to cheer and show your support like that. This is good. You mixed a bit of mocha powder into your oatmeal. Okay, yeah, that sounds really appealing. It's another way of donating, basically, yes. In a more visual, entertaining way, it makes things go boom out of the glass. Makes things go boom into the glass. Captain, how are you? I said, Captain. I said, what? Nolan, you were my first cheer. Thank you very much, Nolan. I appreciate being your first. See, Captain, said what? How you doing, Cap? Thanks for joining us tonight. Things are getting a little furry as we're getting towards the end of the stream. The seriousness of what we do around here has been lost. Like now we're bombing cakes into the cup. Most of those made that in there, Finn. Most of them. Thank you very much, Lee. I'm busy working on the Pepakura patterns to make a ancient Nordic helmet from Skyrim for a client. Seem to be in a bit of a Skyrim loop with a lot of my commissions. That's okay, I don't mind that. And I'm your first subbed channel. Thank you very much, Bronze. Happy cakes. Happy cakes. Keep talking happy cakes. Yeah, I'm very much an EVA builder, Cap. Stand by for a tilting up of the camera again. I know I can switch to the face cam, but the resolution's crap. So yeah, I like making shit out of foam. So my Nordic carved armor and my Daedric that I'm starting on is foam. The shield there is foam. So yeah, I like making EVA foam stuff. It's con friendly. I find the material easy to work with. Yeah. I don't coat it with Warbler. That's not something that I've started doing. It's a bit expensive here in Australia, Warbler. And I don't see a need for it with the pieces that I'm making. I've got a couple of sheets of thermoplastic over there that were given to me by a company that sponsors me, and I'm thinking about making some holsters out of it. You know, those flat carbon fiber kind of looking holsters that seem to be the rage now, tactical holsters. Cap is in the UK too. I'm actually in Western Australia, Cap, but there are quite a few UK viewers in chat at the moment, right? Because of the time frame, and there's a few of them Americans as well, but you know, take what I can get. Thankfully, I think the Texan guy has gone quiet for a moment, so that's all good. Oh, you meant Warbler is costly in the UK as well. Yeah. There are other variations of thermoplastic you can get, and the one that I get sent to me is a different variation. But like I said, at the moment, my skill set and the props that I'm making don't require it, so I haven't been pushed to pick it up. But it might be a handy skill to have in my repertoire at some stage. Let's enjoy, yeah, having him not there. It's worse. We got two of them to hang out around here a lot. Lovely people they are as well. They carry guns. We have to call them lovely. Otherwise, all shit should break loose and we might be responsible. So, no. Now the second I cut that, I thought I really should have left that cut for last. Never piss anyone off holding a gun. Words to live by. Indeed they are. So Cap, the links are available in chat there. So if you're working on a project, or you finished a project you're particularly proud of, feel free to pop up photos to your Facebook images or your Instagram images, or hell, even those, what do you call them, the DeviantArt things and stuff. We'd love to see what you're working on if you're a fellow crafter. Hell, if you're a fellow streamer, and this goes for everybody that's there, if you're a fellow creative streamer here on Instagram, give us a holler so that we can all click the follow button and watch your work when you're on. Like I said, if you're currently building stuff and want to show off your work in progress, or you've built something you're particularly proud of, please feel free to pop links up there in chat so we can see it. Just starting out in the whole costume thing, being cast resin stuff for a few years. Sweet. So what have you been doing as cast resin there? You've been casting props, or like Harrison over at Volpin, do you specialise in trophies and things, figurines? There's so many really creative people over here on Twitch. It's just freaking amazing. I mean, we have cosplayers and costumers, prop makers, 3D printers. Lincoln Blue does stained glass. Just, yeah. We love it all. Mainly household stuff, recently done a few prompts, all in your spare time. You're a software developer by trade. Well, Ben knows a thing or two about software as well. Welcome to the room. Come Smash, you're digging Twitch, new to it, and it's so nice to be able to ask questions. Indeed it is. I like it. It does tend to slow down my build process a bit, but it sure as hell beats sitting here in the room all by myself at 2 in the morning. It's like having company while I'm building. I like that. Did I cut that? I didn't cut that last little bloody piece. I do... Oh, there we go. It hits you by default. It's the nature of the beast. There are no bugs, there are just peaches. Yes, indeed. Cap is now following. Thank you for the follow, Cap. I appreciate that. And now you are zombified as well. As I mentioned to most of the new followers, down across the bottom of the page you'll see my other social media links. Feel free to jump on board on any of those. Spend a fair bit of time on Facebook. As in, it's pretty much open all the time except for when I'm streaming, because it chews up my bandwidth. The Instagram link... address that you'll see across the bottom. I'm not going to use the word link because it's not a link. The Instagram address across the bottom will of course take you to a lot of my work in progress. And these Twitch streams do eventually end up getting archived across to my YouTube channel so that you can look back and follow any of the builds that I've done that you might be interested in. So yeah, like I said, feel free to jump on board with any of those. That doesn't happen on my machine. It's not supposed to happen. Working as intended. Some of your few developers' favorite developers' lines. Yeah, there'd be a few trademark responses to some of your feedback to them, I would expect. Australia's still got terrible internet? Yep. I don't have a particularly powerful internet contract. When I took on this contract, I took it on because of its unlimited usage. I wasn't crippled when I reached a particular amount of download, which at the time my kids were streaming movies and download and bloody well guff left, right and center, so that was a priority. So I took a low upload download. I've got 1 MIP upload and 12 MIPs download, but we're still making the stream work. So yeah, it's not impossible. It sure as shit ain't brilliant. And the good thing is I do stream at this. Yeah, family out on the East Coast, constant primary trying to Skype, etc. Yeah. We use Skype here. I use it business-wise, so I can interview clients at a distance. And we use it domestically because I have family living in Queensland. Yeah, 1 MIP. Let's see if I can't really excite you. bit of let's see how well this works. Okay, still with me? You are? Lovely. I'm gonna pause that and change it to this and this. Ready? Here we go. Come on, push hard, you little bastard. Push! Push! You can do better than that. You're supposed to be doing much better than that. And now it will test my upload speed. So at the moment, as you can see, I'm working with complete and utter crap. Oh, fuck me. There we go. Did you get to see that little example of modern technology at its finest? Yeah, that is while streaming though, but even so. So obviously that stream didn't have too much I have two words for you, and I think before I mention them, fuck you. There we go. Yeah, that pretty much covered exactly what I wanted to say. Bastard. I'm just rubbing it in. Yeah, it is TNT. This is a pep file that I did some mods on. I wasn't happy with the layout of what they'd done from the foam builder perspective. See, I'm not quite as jealous of caps, but I am jealous of caps. But what you put up there, Fen, that's cruel and unusual. Okay, that's not nice to do things like that. So yeah, TNT, this is going to be the Nordic carved, the ancient Nordic helmet, sorry, not the carved, that's Rory's wearing my carved. And this is a commission for a guy in the UK. Maybe you've got to go outside and wind up the internet generator again. Yes. Now, Caps isn't excessive. Fens is doing really well. So that's why when I do my uploading of my streams, it takes a little while, because I put my little top and tail video clip on them, of course. Then I bundle them up on my terabyte hard drive and take them off to that lovely patron of mine and use their business internet access to upload it to my YouTube channel. So that Finn is a sentient AI directly in the internet. Yes, yes. Known as Skynet. Would you like to play a game? Yes, I'd like to play tic-tac-toe. How about thermonuclear warfare? That's the 3 hour streaming mark, gang. I'm old enough for that reference. There you go. Good-o. You may stay. Hello, Joshua. See, we're all old enough for that reference. You had 900 in Atlanta at work. Yes, well, and now you're going back there, buddy. Kind of excited for you there. It sounds like you're going to have a much more enjoyable work environment. I mean, sure, you'll still be doing the grind that you're doing, but you're going to have underlings, subordinates. That's a step up the ladder for you, isn't it? How about a nice game of chess? It does seem to have, yeah. The main internet pipeline coming into South US. Comes into it. Yeah, well. Actually into the basement at CNN in downtown Atlanta. Well, that's the place to hack into then, isn't it? Shit, I still remember dialing up with my acoustic coupler and logging into bulletin boards. Damn, those were the days. Not the good old days, just the days. Yeah, there's virtually no ping. Well, I would expect there wouldn't be with that. You're not supposed to tear, Dick, it's a sharp knife. You're supposed to rip, cut. God dang it. Hi Q, how you doing? We get to watch on glorious Wi-Fi. Well, happy to be providing content worthy of watching on glorious Wi-Fi. Yeah, that wonderful handshake noise, absolutely, man. Watching images literally load in row of pixel by row of pixel. AOL discs in the mail, absolutely, man. I remember I was making a small little side pocket money doing Windows 3.1 load up logos. You know how they had the Windows logo? Well, you could get in and you could change the logo if you knew what you were doing. And I was making a little bit of pocket money doing those for businesses and people who wanted, instead of that window, their own designs. That was bloody ages ago. Maybe you'll ship me some of your upload. You've got plenty to spare. Yeah, put it in a jar and send me over a jar. I'll send you some Tim Tams in flavours you can't get from Target. Yeah, 14.4 was fancy pants. It certainly fucking was. You were Flash. Redneck reached an age where my brain went from that to... You probably shouldn't say that to... Hang on. I reached an age where my brain went from you probably shouldn't say that to what the hell? Let's just see what happens. Yeah. You reckon it's a fair swap? Online with the Commodore 64? Yep. Had the Commodore 64. I had the tape drive for a while. Then I got the 1541 floppy drive. Woo! Learned how to program in BASIC, I know. Remember stuffing pillows behind your PC to muffle the dial-up sound at night so you could sneak onto the PC? Yep. I remember yelling through the house, get off the goddamn phone, I want to get on the internet. Or vice versa. Get off the internet, I need the phone. Or worse, someone just picking up the handset on the phone while you were already online halfway through a download. You used to be dial-up support. Used to be able to identify what modem the customer was using and if it was dialing the right number. Oh dear. So there we go, kiddos. We have some right royal fucking dinosaurs in chat tonight. Technologically speaking. The sad thing is that 90% of people under the age of like 25 have got no freaking idea what the dial-up sound is when you play it to them. I'd like to see kids these days trying to write a program for an Atari 8800. Yep. The teletype machine. Dude, we used to get our weather reports on the telex machine. 8 people carry around a 25 megabyte hard drive? Yeah. Upgrading the RAM in your computer when you finally got to that stage, and paying, you know, shit, I think for a while there we were paying almost $5 a meg. My first PC, not counting my Commodore and stuff, had a 20 megabyte hard drive. 20 megabytes. The sales rep big thing was, son, in a lifetime of typing, you will never fill this up. I went, cool, that's huge. 20 megabytes. Yup. Yeah, key punch machines, absolutely. I have a vague memory of that. Sorry, you had a phone call? Damn salespeople. What did you miss? Us reminiscing about our oldie time computer usage. Just me and all. That's all you missed. Yep. Your generation doesn't understand technology. Piss off, kid. My generation invented the technology that your generation leapfrogged off of. The BBC Micro. Yeah, my first computer we saved up when I got a Commodore 64. Had an Atari for a little while there. I had a... You've always built your own PCs. The first one had 4 megs of RAM for $100. £100. Shit. I had a Commodore 64, a luggable. It was. It had a like a chunky laptop kind of look to it, and you uncoupled the front face and had a one of those green monochrome screens. And the keyboard was in the lid. For the life of me, I can't remember the bloody designation that it was. But I used to think that was just the ant's pants that I had this fucking thing. Was it an SX64? Seems to be in my head for a reason. I'm probably wrong. Old and dottery. Yeah, this is literally the last bit of pattern to cut out, guys. I will not be moving on to cutting it out of foam tonight. So basically I'm going to cut this bit out, and then I'm going to call it for the evening. Well, we've still got a couple of minutes together, so yeah. It's not all bad news. Spectrum ZX and the damn rubber keypad. Just got to excuse myself for a minute. Okay, I am returned. You found this last time you moved. Wolfenstein 3D! Oh, yes! Literally, the game, the guy that I told you about the 20 meg hard drive, telling me in a lifetime of typing you never fill it up. Yeah, kids complain about Xbox load times. How cute. Yeah. I gotta shut that down for the background. The sticker hack to increase the capacity, cutting the notch out of the other side. The shareware version of Wolfenstein 3D. Hook me! Hook! That game was on the PC with the 20 meg hard drive, and it was so fast and intense. The guy goes, look, I'll tell you what, you just aim and shoot at things and I'll run us through the dungeon. So he was controlling the character running through the dungeons while I was shooting at the Nazis in that. It's like, Jesus Christ, man, this thing's... I put on a suit and tie and went to the bank and got a bank loan to buy the machine for my DJ company's administration purposes. But it was Wolfenstein 3D that sold me on it. Fuck yeah. Doom, Duke Nukem. Hail to the king, baby. And playing Elite. There's now Frontier Elite and stuff, but yeah, playing Elite on the Commodore 64 and thinking when I first got it that it was just a space fly around, kill things, and then discovering the whole intergalactic trading bits and pieces and turning a trade from going from one planet where it was a primary product, so you buy food and flying across to a techno planet and selling all the food to them and buying technology dirt cheap, and then on selling the technology to a backwards, and just changing the whole mentality about stuff. Talking about kids, they know not the pain of setting cup speeds with jumpers and Eufy BIOS. Elite was the only selling point on the BBC Micro that wasn't education related. I didn't know that. My son is now playing Elite Dangerous, I think it is a reinvigoration of Elite, right down to the... Remember the radar screen on Elite that had the dots and the lines, and if the line went down with the dot at the bottom, it meant the object was below you. If the line went up with the dot above it, the object, to give you the 3D perspective, so not just left and right and stuff. Oh, it's still, Elite Dangerous still has that. So yes, he's zapping around. I think he's in the Cobra at the moment, kicking ass and taking names. Oh, fuck, I'm old. It's the same guy that made the original one, just with a ton more help. That would explain it, yeah. There's a head office for Elite Dangerous just up the road from you. So yes, where I played the original Elite back 20 years ago on my 64, he's now playing Elite online. Yeah. What are you showing me there? When people tell me you're going to regret that in the morning, I sleep in until noon because I'm a problem solver. Indeed. We all get older. You get to play video games for a living, yes. I play them for fun, but yeah. Cap's put up a pitch. What do you put up there, Cap? Yep, there's the logo. Groundbreaking video games, Frontier, Elite Dangerous. Yeah, yeah. And it's not all Oregon Trail. You died of dysentery. Yes. And returned to Zork. Oh. And text-based adventure games. Yeah, all of that. God damn. Yes, the elite officers, yes. That bloody spinning slot on the front of space stations to represent the artificial gravity, but you had to spin your ship to land. Fucking thing. Don't accidentally You were eaten by a grue. Memories like the corners of my mind. I wonder if our children will be reminiscing about the computer games they're playing now in, 20 years time or 30 years time down the track like we are, with the same kind of vivid smile that it brings to mind. Games where you only had one life, you died, you had to start from the beginning. Yeah! Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of really good games out now that capture people and stuff. D&D online. Okay. That is hanging out over the edge of the desk, so we should bring it back up here a bit. Half the games now won't work. You need a network and a server connection, even for single player. Yeah, that's a shame. And games that don't come with a sandbox for you to do level editing of your own. I miss that time in gaming. Like the first version of Far Cry where you can make your own maps and stuff. That doesn't happen anymore. 3 lives, no saves, go. Well, my friends, I've cut out all the pattern for that. I'm going to pin it out on some foam tomorrow or on Saturday, because tomorrow's a little bit of an active day around here. We'll see what happens.